Are you afraid that you will lose job, or are you afraid that recession will hit you and you may be left without a job? Then this video is for you. Hello everyone, this is Debayan and welcome to another video of MBA Talks. For those of you who are coming to my channel for the first time, I make videos for MBA aspirants, MBA students and MBA professionals. So if you're one of them or would like to receive content around MBA topics, jobs, market, economy, then subscribe to my channel as I keep coming up with more and more videos on those topics. In this video, I'll be talking about how you can survive the recession. Before I begin the video, let me be very clear that this video or following the steps in this video will not ensure that you have a job, will not ensure that your career grows while the economy suffers a recession. But this video will help you in staying afloat. This video will help you in managing your finances, managing your life it comparatively better in a recession. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the video. Remember that no one can control recession, no one can predict recession, no one can control how the consumers will behave, no one can control what particular changes in the economy will impact what sectors and how the job market will be due to those particular decisions or those particular events that have happened. Like no one could predict COVID and the job losses that were there during the COVID time. No one could predict a war would ensue in Russia and Ukraine, and the job losses and the impact on the economy thereafter. So no one can predict the events on the economy, no one can predict the events that will have a global impact, and no one can predict whether you will be having a job or not. Again, I do not want to scare you, I want to help you out and I want you to have a comfortable life in case the recession is to hit you. The first thing that you need to do during a recession or during any other time is to constantly upskill yourself. I have been talking about the importance of staying relevant, the importance of upskilling in many of my videos, and that part about upskilling stays relevant during recession as well. Now, upskilling helps you in staying updated with the relevant skills in the industry, in the economy. Upskilling helps you stay on demand with the change in the job market. So it is very, very important to continuously upskill yourself. Learn the skills that are emerging, learn the skills that are developing in the economy, learn the trends of the economy. I keep talking in my videos about staying relevant or staying away. If you want to stay relevant, if you want to be on the job, try to upskill yourself. Now, even if I don't consider recession, even if I assume that recession is not going to hit your particular sector or the kind of job that you do, in that scenario too, upskilling is useful. Because we are living in a dynamic world, we are living in a world that is continuously changing, that is continuously upgrading, and the consumer behavior is changing continuously. So upskilling yourself, learning the relevant skills, learning the employable skills, learning the skills that will pay becomes very, very important, and thus you need to keep upskilling yourself at every stage of your life. At any time you feel that this particular skill or this particular technology or this particular software would have helped you in your job, in performing your day-to-day activities better, learn them. Irrespective of whether your company pays for it or not, even when your job or your bosses ask you to upskill or not, you need to upskill yourself. So invest in yourself, invest in upskilling yourself. That is one way in which you can stay afloat in the recession. And the second thing that you need to do is do not have fear of missing out. Often when there is an exponential demand in a particular sector, in a particular kind of job, then we see many people following the herd, learning the skill and getting what job, whatever they can, thinking this particular trend, this particular sector is going to last forever. But remember that any sector that is overvalued, that is hiring at an exponential rate, in case the market corrects, then the people who are new into the sector or people who aren't that much experienced in the sector will be facing the brunt of it. Let me give you an example of this. During the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, many new internet companies started coming into existence, and investors started investing in them, so much so that it led to a dot-com bubble. And when the bubble had finally burst in 2000, many companies were shut down. Many companies had to mass fire their employees, and their employees had to look for other areas of job. Before 2008 recession, housing market were booming. Many investors started buying bonds that were related to the housing industry, and when the bubble burst again, we found that the housing market crashed and many people were left jobless. Many investors were facing the loss. Similarly, during COVID time, we had seen many IT companies grow exponentially because of the temporary demand of people working from home, the temporary demand of people needing IT devices, IT assets. When the COVID restrictions were uplifted, when the market subsided, the demand went drastically down, and the people who were hired during COVID, or the startups that had cropped during COVID, or even the established companies in the particular sector are going for a mass layoff. Some biggest name in the industries like from Microsoft to Amazon, Uber are the companies that are laying off people in large numbers, and that sector is being affected. So whenever you see in the economy a particular sector में तो बहुत growth है तो उसी sector में चले जाते हैं. Do not do this mistake. Follow the trend that is important. Upskill in that trend that is important, but do not follow the fad. बिकॉज एक पर्टिकुलर फैक्टर की वजह से अगर एक सेक्टर में ग्रोथ एक्सपोनेंशियल हो जाती है डज नॉट मीन दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ lasting trend till the time you are employed, because the market will have a correction. The markets will be correcting at some time down the lane when the particular factor that is influencing that particular growth is revoked. So if you want to stay in the sector that you are good at, stay in that particular job that you believe you can contribute meaningfully, you believe that you are an expert in, and upskill yourself in that particular sector or in the relevant sectors that you believe you can grow. Do not follow the fad, do not follow the herd, do not have fear of missing out. You are missing out nothing. Slow growth is still growth. As long as your salary is beating the inflation, as long as your growth is helping you have a comfortable life, and as long as your life is growing, your career is growing in the particular sector that you are in, do not risk everything to follow that particular trend. If you are in a dying sector, remember that you will be given a chance to diversify. That is when upskilling will be most helpful to you. So if you are in a dying sector and you know the trend will not be lasting for a long time, and the kind of job that you do, the kind of products that your company makes or that your company sells will not be there in the longer term, try to shift gradually to another sector that is growing, that the consumers are moving towards. The third thing that you need to do is you need to grow and nurture your network. Now, I have talked about networking also in my previous video, and that also stays relevant. The network can be your college's alumni group, your group of ex-colleagues. You need to maintain good relationship with your ex-colleagues, even if it is not so with your particular managers or your boss, but you need to have a good relationship with your teammates, with your fellow colleagues, and your college mates, your schoolmates, because everyone is working somewhere, everyone has a connection, everyone has a network or some points where they can refer you in case you want any other help. Now, a network is far more valuable, far more trusting than the job networks. I'm not undermining the effects of or the importance of job portals or job networks or recruitment consultants, because they have helped a lot of candidates and they will continue to help a lot of candidates. But given a choice, if a particular manager has to scan through hundreds of resumes that come from job portals and consultant, or 4-5 of the resumes that came from their known people, the manager is going to go with the latter and choose candidates or choose employees from the ones that are referred, because the trust becomes very, very important. So try to have a network, try to be a part of the network. Do not always seek help. Try to first prove yourself that you're a worthy member of the network. Try to share your knowledge, your expertise. Try to establish that you are a worthy member of the network. Try to establish your knowledge and expertise amongst your network, and then when you ask for help, your network will be happy to help you out. So grow your network, and that networking is very, very important in modern day and time, especially when the economy is going to be of trust economy. The fourth point that you need to remember is to have a passive income. Now, by passive income, I do not mean moonlighting. Many companies look down upon moonlighting, so do not be involved in a job that is directly conflicting with your current job. Remember to respect your main job. Even when you are at the verge of losing a job, or you think the sector is not treating you well, you have no right to moonlight your company. You have no right to serve a competitor while learning from your main job. So read your employment clause. If moonlighting is disallowed, you should avoid moonlighting. You should avoid doing the same kind of job in a different company. By passive income, I mean doing something that will give you money whilst not being in direct conflict with your job that you do. Whenever your side income or your passive income is in direct conflict with your job, avoid doing that because of any legal, ethical, and moral complications that may come up knocking your doors. You can teach someone, you can do some kind of freelancing, you can do some digital marketing, or you can do any other thing that is your hobby and that people are willing to pay for your services. So have a passive income. That becomes very important, because in case you lose your job, you have a cushion of a passive income to fall upon till you get another job. Having a side income is very important. Then the fifth important thing that you need to do is you need to have an emergency fund in place. You need to have at least a fund of 6 to 8 months in your bank account, your savings bank account, or into deposits that will not deplete your capital in case there is any kind of financial emergency. Now, while equities and mutual funds are good for long-term returns, but in short term, if you need cash, if you want some monetary support during the time you do not have any job or are looking for a job, your finances, your personal finances should not suffer, which is why some short-term capital protected fund is going to come to your rescue. Now, I do not give financial advices in this channel. This channel is not meant for that. So there are many other people you can look out for help, or you can reach out to. They will be helping you in how to set up your emergency funds during recession. All I can tell you is have a fund that is not linked to the market, that gives you guaranteed return, though the return will be less when compared to equities, but still your capital won't be depleted, and those are the best fund during short term. So those were the 5 ways in which you can stay afloat during recession. Again, following these steps will not make sure that you always have the job, your career is rising and shining as it would have been in case there were no recession. But this video will help you stay afloat and survive the recession in a little more comfortable way than it would have been in case you did not follow these steps. So if you found this video helpful, share it with your network, share it with anyone you think needs to hear this. Let's help each other grow. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and comment down if you have any other suggestion, any other queries. I'll be happy to respond to each of you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In case you want to know what are the skills that will be on demand in 2023, then check out this video on the left. Hope you enjoyed that video too. I wish you all the best, and I wish that recession does not impact your life. Best of luck. Take care. Bye-bye.